The Lost Boys is an iconic coming-of-age movie thanks to the adolescent Frog Brothers, but originally they were supposed to be 5th and 6th graders.
What were they thinking?
Welcome to 30s Feedback, folks. So, Joel Schumacher's The Lost Boys, released in 1987, quickly became a cult classic for its unique blend of horror, humour, rock and roll sensibility, and the Frog Brothers. But as stated in the intro, the famous siblings were originally supposed to be much younger. Set in the fictional Californian town of Santa Carla, a hub of supernatural activities, the film follows two brothers who move into a town only to discover its dark secret: it's infested with vampires. The Frog Brothers' self-proclaimed vampire hunters assist the newcomers in navigating and ultimately confronting this hidden underworld. With its blend of comedy, horror, and teenage angst, The Lost Boys is an unconventional vampire movie with a unique take on vampire mythology, resonating with audiences both during its release and in subsequent decades. The film originally set out to be a family-friendly adventure, but evolved into a teen-focused vampire thriller that redefined the genre. As a result, The Lost Boys carved a niche for itself, striking a balance between fright and satire, and in doing so, became an iconic representation of 1980s youth culture and cinematic style, and that's thanks in part to the Frog Brothers.
Edgar and Allan Frog?
In its earliest conception, The Lost Boys was quite different from the final products seen on screen. Initially planned as a G-rated family adventure similar to The Goonies, the movie featured much younger versions of the Frog Brothers. The original script, crafted by Janice Fisher and James Jeremias, envisioned these characters as chubby, Cub Scout-esque children in the 5th and 6th grades. The tonal shift from a whimsical children's adventure to a darker, more mature theme came when screenwriter Jeffrey Boam was brought in. Here's what Schumacher said. "A lot of people at the studio didn't think you could mix horror and humour. Dick Donner was originally going to direct it, then wanted to do Lethal Weapon instead, so he gave it to me. What he wanted to do was quite different, which was a sort of cutesy G-rated movie aimed at young kids. There were no wild teenagers on motorcycles." Boam reimagined the film as a teen-friendly thriller, elevating the ages of the characters to better fit this new vision. The decision to age the Frog Brothers from young children to teenagers was pivotal. It allowed the film to explore the notion that comic book enthusiasts, often seen as less cool or youthful outliers, hey, I still collect comic books, could indeed be heroes in their own right. This change not only broadened the film's appeal to a teenage audience who could see themselves reflected in the protagonists, but also intensified the film's action and horror elements, making them more fitting for an R-rated setting.
Yes! Yes!
The older Frog Brothers, played by Corey Feldman and Jameson Newlander in the Lost Boys cast, were able to engage in more complex, riskier behaviours than their younger counterparts would believably have managed. This led to iconic scenes like wielding holy water balloon bombs and facing off against vampire foes in more direct physical confrontations. Moreover, this age shift was critical in redefining the characters' cultural impact. The teenage Frog Brothers came to symbolise a form of adolescence rebellion and resourcefulness, turning what could have been a light-hearted tale into a coming-of-age story wrapped in a chilling horror movie. Decades after The Lost Boys premiered, Corey Feldman and Jameson Newlander continue to cherish their roles as the iconic Frog Brothers. Feldman returned for two Lost Boys sequels, Lost Boys: The Tribe and Lost Boys: The Thirst. And while Newlander was absent from The Tribe, he also returned for The Thirst. Both actors regularly attend fan conventions, including reuniting as recently as 2023 at the Liverpool Comic Con, engaging with a fan base that remains enthusiastic and expansive, evidencing the lasting impact of their performances. These characters have not only endured in various sequels, but have also made appearances in numerous other media, including comic books like Santa Carla Hunters Union and a currently in development stage production. Corey Feldman has spoken at length about his connection to the character of Edgar Frog. For Feldman, Edgar represented a significant departure from the typical roles offered to him by the Hollywood studio system, which often sought to pigeonhole actors into certain types. This opportunity to creatively explore and develop Edgar Frog allowed Feldman to deliver a performance that was both distinctive and memorable, and not exactly what audiences would expect of him. Their ongoing involvement in the world of the Lost Boys underscores the profound connection they have with their characters and the film's enduring appeal. The Frog Brothers remain quintessential figures in the realm of horror cinema, epitomizing the blend of youthful audacity and comic relief that helped make the original a beloved classic.
Get